Welcome back. This is still the Polity reaching you live from Abuja. I have been joined now by Tijjani, Ahmed, Tajudeen. He joins me now to do some justice to the issue of tribunal judgments across the states. We have more judgments still coming in. Like I said earlier, we have the particular one of Banky W, Bankole Wellington, as his government name is. We have that of Senator, I don't know if I should call her Senator yet. Yes, Lalong. We have I don't know if we can call her Senator yet. I'll just use her name. That's talking about Mrs. Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. Yes, and so much more. And we still have, I believe, a few to come. So we'll be talking now about that. Welcome to the program. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my brother.
It's good to have you.
Thank you, my brother.
All right. I'd like to get your general thoughts. As we're seeing these judgments, some persons have mocked some of the people who've gone to court, feeling like there is a lost cause. Why is to trying? Others stand on is that it doesn't matter how much of a cause that is lost that you think it is. You have your right as a Nigerian to seek redress in courts. Generally, what are your thoughts on what we've seen so far? We've seen a number of persons being overturned. Although the major one, the one everyone has been focused on, we had the president's victory being affirmed. What are your thoughts on the numerous judgments we're seeing so far?
Well, the issue going on in the tribunal, I can say I'm commending the judiciary for their role, for unbiased role in regarding the issue of these tribunal cases. Even though the most popular, as you said earlier, the election procedure that affirm Tinubu's presidency, that affirm his victory at the poll. Well, as we have said earlier, it was Nigerians on 20-something of February. They decided to cast their vote for Asuwaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and as the former president Muhammadu Buhari just said that it is a rule of law that won, and it is the sanctity of the democracy that is upheld. Well, it is the popular vote, as we have said earlier, that those that have not make it in the poll, they have another time to try their own best. Even though I have said here that I know I have seen the election going to court as a waste of money. Do they have every right as Nigerians to seek redress when they see certain things, especially the issue of election that is not in their favor, that is not what they expect. They feel cheated, they feel they were sidelined, or they were not what is expected, the outcome. They were shortchanged during the poll. It's good that they seek redress in court. This is showing that I commend their effort for going to court to seek redress. I commend their effort for respecting the rule of law, respecting the democracy that we are having in this country. We have seen before some people that do not believe with the rule of law, that some people decided to call for violence, you understand. So I respect them and I commend them, the Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi, that decided to go to court and seek redress. We thank God for our judiciary is coming to limelight, and it is coming of age that it decided it did thorough work on the election petition tribunal, and it reaffirmed the will of the people. Now the people have won, the Nigerian people, their mandate that they gave to Asuwaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu was upheld. Regarding the issue of other election petition tribunal that is going on all over the country, as I look, we have more than 500 cases that were filed, while some candidates decided to withdraw. While now it is expected within this week, before the end of this week and before Saturday 16th of this month, that all election petition tribunal cases will be over. So they have this week to round off everything, and it has not stopped there. Some people will get it in their own favor, while some will get it other way around. So they have ample time to appeal if they see that the election petition tribunal has not done justice to them, has not done justice to their mandate, has not done what they are expected. They can seek redress in the Court of Appeal. Like you have said earlier, the issue of what is happening in Senator, I can say now Minister of Labour and Productivity, former Governor of Plateau State, Simon Bakola alone, that election petition tribunal in Plateau State has make pronouncement that he is the one who won the election. And I have watched in the morning that the senator that said that he has not, the election petition did not go in his favor, said that his constituents are gathering enough point for him to appeal the case. Well, it is his all right, and it is the right of his supporters to gather money for him. You know, this politician, they will say this and that, but what the election petition tribunal is trying to do, it work. Even though some people are agitating that he is now a minister, even though if he is in the Senate, he will resign his senatorial position to go for the ministerial seat. Well, I understand their view and I share their sentiment, but you should allow process to continue. It is a process that has started. We have to allow the process to continue and finish to a favorable conclusion to whoever is the winner of that election. You can see that he stand for election and he lost the election initially. He said that he do not understand, he do not agree with the outcome of the election. He decided to seek redress in the court of law, the election petition tribunal, and now it has said that he is the one who won the election in the February 2023 election. So now, after the tribunal, now the other candidate that is presently in the Senate, he has the ample time to appeal his case. So when he appeal, so it is the court of competent jurisdiction. The appeal court will decide, is this senator, has he won the election or otherwise. If it is Simon Bakola, then there is another work for INEC. The court will, Senator Lalon, or I don't know whether he said, I think he is a senator before, if you look at his CV. So now the court will tell INEC what it should do, and the Electoral Act is there. It will guide the INEC on next line of action. Senator Bakola Lalon, or former governor of Plateau State, he will then resign his position, and then there will be
what position?
The senatorial position that court pronounce him as the winner of the February 2023. If he won,
you don't think there's a chance that he could resign on the other aspects? Resign being a minister. So
he can't resign. You know how portfolios are lucrative. You know how the ministerial position is lucrative in this country, especially.
But you see, a minister, the person can wake up one morning and say, I don't like your face, you're gone.
Yeah, gone.
But as an elected official, it takes a lot to get rid of someone who's elected. Although we've seen the opposite happen. We saw the Minister of Works, Senator Umai,
yes.
I believe the Minister for State Education also left House of Reps, and so on. But
that was Emeka Nwajuba in the past regime. He did that. He left the House of Representatives and went for State Minister for Education.
Interestingly enough,
so it is showing that the ministerial position is so lucrative. And luckily for him, he was being able to stay for longer than is expected. He later, when he decided to contest for the presidency under the ruling party APC, then he decided to, according to the constitution, and the president has given directives, the former president, has given direction to all his ministers that have intention to contest any position, they should resign. So he decided to resign, and unfortunately he could not make it to the primary, though we know that primary is formalities. We know Asuwaju Bola, nobody can stand the chance of Asuwaju Bola Tinubu as of that time. He is the owner, the alpha and omega of the party. He has invested a lot. So
Asuwaju disagreed because he later took him to court.
So what did the court? The court has withdrawn his case. So certainly he has no any case in this thing.
So
you know, as I'm
back to
saying,
Lalong, you're saying that you envision him quitting, you know,
within
the
position of the Senate to remain as the Minister of Labor and Productivity.
Right.
Yes, I think he will do that. I know, even nobody tell me, but I know definitely he will remain in the Federal Executive Cabinet. We have seen all of them resigning. We have seen the senators, House of Representatives resigning from the Senate and the House of Representatives to go to the district. We don't know whether they have something to offer or they want to be, at least you are a minister in the Federal Executive Cabinet. So we don't know what triggered them to resign, whether it is because of the lucrative of that position or because they have zeal to impact positively to the life of the average Nigerians. But what we expect as Nigerians, we expect whoever is given position, let it not be because of his own personal interest. Let him give his own quota to the development of this country. Anything otherwise, anything contrary to this, we don't like it. We want it to be based on what can you impact, what will you do to the people of the country, so that at least you can help the administration move forward, so that after the next 4 years we can see life changing. Nigerians will be happy, Nigerians will be better than how you met it. At least you have make imperishable mark in the lives of the average Nigerian. Let them make positive impact in the lives of Nigerians, so that Nigerians will be happy and Nigerians will decide to give another 4 years to the ruling party or not. It depends on its performance. If any party decided not to perform to the expectation of Nigerians, Nigeria will decide to give in a short note and decided to withdraw its support, decided to give another party a chance. Though we don't pray for that, we pray for let the administration succeed. Let the administration do to the expectation of Nigeria. Let things be better in the country. Let life of the average Nigerians be better. Let Nigerians see that the impact of this administration. Let Bola Tinubu mark his name in the gold, in the certain goal of, let him show that he is a man of his word. The promises he has made to Nigerians before they gave him their vote, let him try as much as possible to fulfill it. Let the ministers that were recently appointed make positive impact to the lives of the Nigerians. Let us see that things are better. Let Nigerians not be crying of hunger. Let Nigerians be sleeping with their 2 eyes closed. Let the issue of insecurity that is bedeviling this country, let it be things of a past. Let's see a revolution in our infrastructure. Let's see that infrastructure is going on all over the country. Let's revamp our agriculture. Let's bring mechanized farming system that Nigerians can feed itself. Nigerians can move forward.
All right, you know, it always seems easier to say it that way. The how is always the issue.
Certainly.
But that is the work of what is the word? The work of the president. I remember the president said that it is a job that he is campaigning for and he's asking for, and that he doesn't want pity because he asked for the job.
He asked for the job,
so he was going to do it. So that being said,
we hope he will do it. We hope he will do it, and we hope that the ministers will help him actualize his vision and mission for the country.
All right. So the question now, back to the issue of tribunals. You said you read out the statistics yourself. Hundreds of cases.
Hundreds of cases. More than 500 cases in the election.
What do you make of this? Almost as though the judiciary is a part and parcel of our electoral process. Do you think it's a step in the right direction? Because you know, ideally, all things being equal, in a better climb, so to speak, things should end at the polling unit. Ideally, if the process was better, do you think having so many cases is an indictment on that, or is it just simply people taking opportunity of something available to them?
No, you understand, since the constitution explicitly clear that anybody that feel he is cheated or the outcome of any election is not to your favor, if you feel that you are being cheated, or there is room for you to seek redress in the court of law. So I think some have case while some does not have. You know, there are agitation in some certain instances. There are supporters that will trigger action of a candidate. They will tell you to go to court, even though some people, they don't have any case, but they went to court to waste their money, to waste their time. They will not be focused. Those that were being elected, they were so much distracted on the issue of election. It is not good for our democracy. We hope that let it end at the polling booth. But for a certain person or a certain candidate to seek redress in the court of law, what he did, they are doing is not contrary to the provision of the law. The law is exclusive. It gives right and privilege for every Nigerian that feels cheated, not only in the issue of election, but on any issue in the country. You can seek redress in court. The court, they say that it is the final say. It has a final say, and it is where some people will seek redress, where people will have their last laugh. They are the one who will decide what is there from the lower court up to Supreme Court.
Sorry to cut in there. I always like to bring this quote up anytime I get the opportunity. Where it says the court is not final because it is infallible. The court is infallible because it is final. And that is the Supreme Court, so to speak.
The Supreme Court. You know, human beings can be, if human beings are not infallible, human beings are fallible generally.
But the Supreme Court's decision is saying as law, is word, you can take it to, you know, you can take it like God.
Yes, you can take it to God.
So, but what I'd like to get now is, how do you think we can add to our electoral process? All the while, 2022, 2021, leading up to 2023, we had CSOs, we had INEC, we had development partners, we had the media, we had politicians, we had parties, all trying to tweak and add things so that we would have a smooth process. And it is believed that any process that reduces the number of going to court, going to redress and all that is a great addition, because what it does is means that the process is stronger, so strong that when a person loses, they are not thinking I have been cheated. They know that, you know what, this process is so foolproof that if I lost, I lost, and I'm going to just rest. I'm not going to go further. So what would you recommend that we can do so that that process is more watertight, that people don't even see the need to go to court? Yes.
Well, looking at the general statistic, the people that participate in the election process, we in Nigeria, we are 200 plus million people, and the people that are eligible to vote, I think they are the registered voters. There are some millions of people that collect their PBC that are eligible to vote. If you look at the statistics of those that went to the poll and cast their vote, it's very shame. Like people like the Nigerian general populace are day by day losing hope in the electoral process. Do you know what caused this? It is the leaders, the attitude of the leaders looking at they are like signing up. They are not happy with what the leaders are doing in the country. That is a like vote of no confidence to our leaders, which is unbecoming, which is not what we expect to. We need the INEC, all stakeholders, to come up and straighten the system in such a way that people will have so much ambition, people will have in their mind that let us participate. It is our birthright to participate in the election. It is our country. We need to participate in those who will govern us. It is our country that we have to come together and decide who should be our leaders. And if these leaders are doing the right thing, all the issue of cool counter coup that we are having in African countries, it is because of lack of good leadership. Had it been the other leadership, we have certainly, this is showing that we have vacuum in the leadership. So how can we bridge this gap? How can Nigerians populace believe in the system? How can the African continent believe in the system and come together to see that the right people are the ones who are governing us? How can we say enough is enough to the leaders? How can our leaders come back to their senses and do the right thing to our people and live peacefully? All the issue of insecurity that we have in the country, it is because of lack of proper leadership, lack of good quality leadership. Had it been people have been able to go to school, be enlightened, they have things doing, they cannot think of taking arms. You understand? Sorry for me deviating from the normal course, but this is what is on ground. This is, if you look at the root cause of the issue we have at hand presently, it is the Nigerians populace are lacking in interest in joining the politics, in participating in the general process that brings of their leaders. This is shameful, and we need all stakeholders to be on deck to bring these things back to normal. INEC has a role to play, civil society organizations have a role to play, the politicians, the elders and the young people, we have all role to play to come together and celebrate our national democracy, so that the countries that we are looking at, the Americans that we are looking at, we copied from them. Their system is threatening because it took time for them to nurture their own democracy. How can we nurture our own democracy? In the sense that people will feel that we are fully represented, we are fully participating. It is the right people that are governing us. When you straighten the Electoral Act, look at the National Assembly are there to checkmate what loopholes do we have in the electoral process that we are all going and coming back, that people are not believing in the outcome of election, that are seeking redress in court, even though what they are doing is the right thing. But had it been the normal rule of law is in place, the electoral card is well strengthened, that at the polls the winners are decided, while those that lose, you know you have lost election, so you should not be thinking of going to court, because you know definitely you have lost that election. But I am looking at it, it is not doing thorough job what it is expected to do. I don't know where they have problem, but the executive, since INEC is part of the government, is the one in charge of taking care of the welfare, everything regarding the INEC. They should look at where do we have problem. They should bring out a laws, work hand in hand with the National Assembly, see that how can we strengthen this system so that everyone that participated in the election will believe in the outcome, will agree with the outcome. I could remember the former president has tried his shot since 2003. He has started it. He could not make it till 2015 when Vivas was introduced. I think that was the time when Nigerians said enough is enough, and they have seen the 6 years of PDP, the 16 years of PDP. They said they give the lifespan, it comes to an end. And now I believe that Nigerians, even though we are moving forward, if you look at it, however, we are moving forward. Of course, if you look at where we are and where we are heading, I think we are moving a little bit forward, though in a slower pace. We want to move faster. We want to introduce, we want the INEC and the National Assembly to electoral system of which, so that the election will be very smooth, so that there will not be cases of court that lead to waste of money, waste of time, distraction. We want the system to be strengthening in such a way that everybody will believe in the outcome. I think coming together, all stakeholders coming together to see that where do we have loopholes, where can we amend, that will be the best way for us to strengthen the system, so that we will have a better outcome of the elections.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Ahmed Tijjani. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother.
All right, we're having a conversation on tribunal judgments and cases, and how perhaps these can be reduced if the process is strengthened. Well, that's how we come to the end of the program today. Don't forget, the Polity comes to you live from Abuja every weekday, 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. Bye for now. See you tomorrow. I am Amadin Ogbewe.